Hello, Cancer. This is your November 15th to November 30th, 2016 read. For the main read, again, I'm going to use the Morgan Guerrero Tarot. This is the back of them. I'm having good information come through. I'm feeling really good with them, so I'm going to keep using them. I'm also finding these accompany them very well for me, so I'm going to keep using the Saints and Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Usually I like to find different decks, but right now I'm feeling really good with these, and since we're getting great information, I'm going to stick with them. As usual, I have pre-shuffled the deck, so I'm going to go ahead and get this going for you. Okay. Alright. For your overall, it's the Eight of Pentacles. The first thing that's coming through strongly for me is paying attention to detail. Very thoughtful movements, very precise. There's certain things you want, and you're doing exactly what you need to get things to work out a certain way. Okay. The information is coming through today very to the point, which is good. I like it that way. It's just interesting that it's coming through like that. As we start into this time frame, I'm wondering if I'm thinking this is how it's coming through, so I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to say how it's coming through. Something didn't go the way you wanted it to, which is causing you to now reevaluate, and that's why the attention to detail is starting. Okay. So something didn't go exactly as planned or exactly as you wanted it to, and you're a little annoyed with it. You're not really happy about it. So now you're paying attention to detail to make changes to make things work out the way you want it to work out. Which is fine. It's interesting because now I feel like as you're reevaluating and seeing what didn't work out the way you wanted to and what did, and moving things closer to the way you prefer them to be, like it's the detail, something about the detail. You're going forward in a social sense, and you're making that happen. I'm thinking this is more business. There's a lot of cups and love going on here. Being loved, people caring about you. I'm thinking this is more of like a business venture, or if it's something you do as a hobby, like something didn't work. I feel like it's a technical type situation though. That's why I'm like thinking it's more like business-like, because it feels more technical to me. Okay. And below that card, like this card, it's the Six of Cups. Sometimes I just kind of go on and I don't say the name of the card. Sorry about that. I'm getting this is more about social times. And people around, see, there's more social times. Like this is right below that card. The Three of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Like people are behind you. People are right into you. You have good people around you. The people you're including in on this situation, definitely on board with you. Somebody's a big supporter. If this isn't a spouse, it's a parent or a sibling or a friend that really has your back and always has. Like it feels, well, I should say, has for a while. You connect with this person and realize that they have your back. That's the type of person this is. So I feel like people are backing you, and they're like, okay, you want to do it this way? Then we do it this way. That's fine. They're like right on board with it. Okay. Going forward. What's this mean? What are we doing? It's encompassing the whole situation. Alright, so these people might be a part of the situation that you didn't like exactly how it played out. In fact, there might be a situation that kind of mirrors your own life that you didn't like how that worked out. So you're making sure in your own life, the situation, how it plays out in your life, plays out the way you want it to. That's very interesting. It's almost like a family member or friend had like some similar situation. I'm getting like certain things are popping into my head, like If somebody else had a project that they did, and they're a friend or a relative, and you just kind of watched them from the outside, you weren't directly involved, but you saw some of it, and you were maybe involved in some pieces of it, maybe just some celebratory pieces. You saw how things worked out. They weren't exactly how you thought they should work out, certain pieces. But now that you're seeing you're going to probably do something along the same lines or something similar yourself, you're taking that reference and editing it and using it to create the situation in your life the way you want it to, the way you feel it should play out. And this person, like it's a social thing, but it's also directly connected. I feel like a lot of people, it's connected to your spouse or somebody that's in your life that's very close to you. If you're single, this person would represent like a sibling, a parent, a close friend. When I say close friend, it's a friend that easily fits like a family member for you. Like, you really call them a lot, you value them, you feel like they're there for you, you're there for them, that type of feeling. But it involves this person greatly, definitely. As we go forward, I'm noticing a lot of times eyes pop out to me, and the way the eyes at the moment look to me, like, oh my God, it's actually happening, and now, wow, I really just started this. Like, I feel like that's how this is coming through. Like, how you might be, when this gets going, when you, like, I feel like people are behind you, you said you want to do it this way, and let's do it. People said, okay, let's do it then. And you're like, oh, yeah, let's do it. And you just kind of go, and it's just kind of like, yeah. I don't know how to say this. It's weird, because it's like, you want it to happen. You move forward on having it happen. You were all serious about having it happen. And then it's happening, and you're like, oh, wow, this is happening. And it kind of like that epiphany moment, like, oh, we're going to go forward now. And it's kind of like, you're like, I wanted this to happen, and now it is. Sorry, my dog is messing with me. Chloe, come here. Come on. Sit over here. Stop. I give you lovies all the time. You're fine. I know. All the time. All the time, sweetie. Okay. Sorry about that. In your environment, I think one of the reasons this is kind of like a little unnerving to you, because it is going your way. It's definitely going your way. But I feel like you mentioned that you wanted to do this, and you said this is how it would be done, and now you had like I feel like there's a meaningful conversation with family, friends, and that whoever that direct person is involved, and that person is like, all right, let's do it then, and has actually started the process, took your information as if you were saying, let's do this now, and is doing it now. I feel like the other person is literally getting it started, but through your direction. Okay. Good. As we go into the future, this is interesting, because I feel like as we're moving out of the time frame of November, and granted, I mean, it depends on you if this is fitting actually in the November time period. Or I have noticed that people see the readings as they affect their lives, as they're purposeful for their lives. You're looking forward to the future. I feel like you have a lot of plans. You're taking the action to keep going. It's by your design. Another person kicked it into motion for you, but it is by your design, so you're keeping up with it and you're keeping going. I feel like you're wondering how it's really going to work out, but you're continuing on. This, the way I'm getting this, I'm just going to tell you how I'm getting this. To me, it feels like continuing on. And this is more close to the social side. I almost feel like there's a partial like nervousness, partial regret, in the sense of like, as it's going on and it's going to continue on, but your part of you is kind of like, did I really want to start this now? But it's already in motion, so it's too late. It's too late to go back. And I feel like that's why we're seeing the swords here, and that's why the swords cards that's coming up. That's kind of like, did I really want to start this now? But it started, so it's just like it's too late. it's too late to stop it now. I can't stop it now. That type of feeling. Okay, so if we're going to recap this real quick. Attention to detail. Getting things to work out the way you want to. Something in the beginning of this time period did not work out the way you would have done it. And I feel like you're watching it from afar. I feel like it's not happening like to you or directly to you, but you're watching something play out and you don't really like exactly how certain things played out in this situation. You have, I feel like there's conversations that become reality, basically. You talk it out, especially if you have a spouse. I feel like you talk it out with your spouse on how you prefer it to work out. And then that spouse is like, okay, and then goes forward. Again, don't get caught up in the spouse thing. It could be somebody very close to you, however that might go through. But that person definitely like gets that ball rolling. And then you're like, okay, let's do it. Like, you're like, it's kind of like that put up or shut up feel. And you're like, well, I said I'd do it, so I'm doing it. As it goes a little farther, than, like a couple weeks out from that, I feel like you're kind of like going, well, I'm not sure if I really want to do that right now, but it started now. So now I'm going forward with it. And you might have a few little doubts, a few little nervous pieces about it. I feel like it's something like a house, buying a house, bringing a child into the family, things like that. I feel like it's something like that. It's something that's important to you. For some of you, it may be as simple as moving in with someone, which is definitely impactful. But it's definitely something that, like, to you, it's a life-changing thing, or it's definitely important to you, and it's not minimal. It's something that means a lot to your life. In some rare cases, it could be business, where you're making a change and somebody's helping you get a job in a certain area, and you're kind of nervous about it, and it's kind of like a career change type feel. I don't feel like that's the majority of you, but for some people it may hit in that way. So just take the information as it fits for you, because I definitely feel like something didn't work out the way you thought it should. For other people, you're watching it from a distance. You start conversations with how you believe it should work out, and this is how you're going to have it work out, and your spouse or somebody very close to you right on board with you and take steps to make it happen, and you're like, all right, then let's do it. And then like a couple weeks after, you're just like, I'm not really sure if I wanted that to happen right now, but I feel like it brings a little bit of nervousness in. That's why it makes me feel like it's really a significant event to you. I don't feel like it's bad. I just feel like you're like, I don't know if I really want to do that now, really. I'm not really sure, but it's happening now, so there we go. As always, I would love to hear your comments. Let me know what you think or feel. I always like to see what people put as comments. I try to respond to them when I can. And if you want a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.